Hi, Easily. So now what I want to share with you are some new books that we have that are fiction. So these books are going to be good generally for fourth and fifth graders, but maybe some third graders might be interested in as well. So there's a decent amount of them. So I'm going to do half in this video and half in another video. So this one is by Pam Munoz Ryan and it's called Manana Land. I read this one and it's really interesting. I actually quite liked it. It is about a boy who loves playing soccer and he lives in kind of like an unknown country, but somewhere perhaps in Central America or South America. And his family has like this history where they were people that helped refugees, people that need to find a new home because something is going on in the country where they're from. So it's got like that realistic part to it, but there's also a little bit of magic going on in the book as well. So it's kind of hard to describe, but if you liked some of her other books, I think you'll really enjoy this one. And it was one of my favorites that I read this summer. This next one is called Middle School Bites, and it is by Stephen Banks, and I haven't read it yet, but I'm surprised that I haven't read it because it's about a middle school boy who gets bitten at the same time by a vampire, werewolf, and a zombie. So he's a wolf zom. So it's supposed to be really cute and funny, and it's got some funny pictures going on through it. So if you like scary stories, but mostly just funny, you should check out Middle School Bites. So this one is Mrs. Keeler's favorite book that she read all summer, and it's called The Lonely Heart of Maybelle Lane. And it's about a girl who doesn't know her father, but he's like a singer. And so she hears his songs on the radio, so then she goes off and tries to find him. But Mrs. Keeler said that she laughed and she cried when she was reading it, and she really loved it. I read this one. There's a new one by Jason Reynolds, and it's called Look Both Ways. It's really more of a middle school story, so I'm kind of pushing this out to my fifth graders. It's 10 different stories that are sort of connected to each other, like they're kids that all go to the same school and they live in the same 10 block area, and all these kids' lives are difficult in one way or another. So there's some stories that are hard to read in terms of like what these kids have to go through, but it's also a great look at what it's like to live in a poor urban area. So I definitely would check that out if that's something you're interested in. The Last Human by Lee Bacon. Now I'm hungry. Bacon. I bought this. I hadn't read it yet, but I bought it because it's supposed to be very similar to The Last Robot. Not part of the same series, because this one is about robots have taken over the earth and there aren't humans left because they think that humans like destroyed the earth. But so this robot discovers a human girl and then realizes that maybe humans aren't as bad as robots have been led to think. So it's kind of an adventure after that point. I've got Roll With It by Jamie Summer, about a girl who's wheelchair bound, but she loves baking. Like she loves making pies and cookies and cakes and stuff. And she has to move to a new town. So it's just sort of a realistic fiction story, kind of about fitting in when you have to start over. This is very thick, so don't be intimidated. But it's supposed to be one of the best books that came out over the summer. We actually got an ebook version of it. So it's called Tristan Strong Punches a Hole in the Sky. And it's written by the same company that puts out Rick Riordan books like Lightning Thief and all of his other series. But it's African mythology. But it's supposed to be excellent, and it won the Coretta Scott King honor. So it must be good. And then finally, for the last one for this part, I have a new Dog's Purpose novel, and this one is called Lily to the Rescue, and I think it's about a dog and a cat. So if you're into the Dog's Purpose books, we have like 3 or 4 of those. You might want to check that out. So check us out for part 2 pretty soon, and if you want to put a hold on any of those books for curbside checkout, go ahead and do so.